and I would just add, and one in the back. So whichever one is closest to you, please exit quietly and calmly. If you follow after Fran, she has a plan for how to get out of here, and it'll all work out. So, but she's only going to go in one direction, so happy you go in the other direction. Could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Fran, would you call
Mary.
here?
Janet. Here. Candace. Here. I'm here. Joe. Joe's outside. Joe's outside. Okay. Linda. Here. And Bob.
Thank you all. We will begin by reviewing and approving the meeting minutes of March 2nd, 2026. You should have a copy of that with your voice. And so hopefully you've reviewed it. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns, members of the board?
May I have a motion to approve the minutes? Linda? Second?
Second.
No, you can't. I second. Oh, because you took the minutes, so, oh. Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes? Aye. Approved. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to wait on the bingo report. When we get to the question and answer period, please, if your question or concern pertains to your unit exclusively, please hold your question and come and see the board at the table immediately after. If your question or concern is a matter related to your business, the same thing, come and see us privately after the meeting. I'm going to call on Fran for the Residents Club report. Fran, do you want me to bring a mic to you?
Good morning. Just a quick reminder, Residents Club, we have a meeting on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. We're going to have medical people here taking blood pressure, maybe even blood if you need them to check on anything. We'll have it set up on that side. Don't forget, we have an April dance this Saturday coming up. We also have our flea market on the 25th. And as for travel, this Mamma Mia trip, I think we're going to have to cancel because we're not getting enough people for this bus. It's only a half a bus, so. I mean, our trip to Philadelphia, we're past 50 people already on that. But if you're interested to see Mamma Mia, it's, today's sea trip. Come see us on Wednesday, because I think Wednesday's her deadline. She'll have to let staff know. So if you are interested, please do come. Do not wait to the last minute, because then we'll have to cancel. I think we're sharing half a bus, so we have to get like 20 or 25 people. If not, we have to cancel it. So, other than that, and the garage sale. They have garage sale, but it's what it's called. It's a flea market. Otherwise, it's garage sale in the first place, but that's okay. And that's all I have right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran.
Thank you, Fran. And I thought I saw the, yes, come back in she comes and goes. She's much like Dorothy of Oz.
Good morning. Bingo, has been very slow, but it's all over the place. It's not just us. Hopefully, since we had last Friday off, they should be coming definitely this week. There was not that many around last week. It's my phone telling me that my sugar's up. The bingo paid for the new coffee pot. It was $2,500. And we did that because it's a replacement, and that's what our laws say, our bylaws. So we gave them the $2,500, so that was extra, because you are getting a check for the $10,000. Like with us next month, but no, we're picking up, so it should be, it should be okay. But they're getting the check. They get a check from us quarterly for $10,000. And what that does is, it's to keep Harmony Hall updated. If anything needs to be replaced, we replace it. If anything needs to be updated, that's what that money is for. It's to update. And for the new people, just to give you an idea of what the money goes on, we remodeled the kitchen, we remodeled the 2 bathrooms, the library bathroom, because that's the handicap one. We decorated this one. We redesigned this one a little bit. So that's where it's been going so far, okay? But over the years, things break, you gotta get new ones. That's what that money is supposed to be used for, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Marie.
Thank you, Maria, for everything that you do. In addition to all the things she mentioned, it takes care of things like when we need to re-wax this floor, when it needs to be stripped and re-waxed. It is bingo dollars that really take care of pretty much everything here in Harmony Hall. And without those dollars, it would be harder to maintain. And so we're really grateful. I tell you this every month. I've only been working here on Fridays. Well, I think it's a year this month, Brian. It goes by so quickly. I can't believe it. But the people that come here for bingo love coming to our building. They comment on every aspect of being here in this building. From the food service, Fran whips us into shape for Friday Kitchen, to the actual bingo events. And some of us work on that side of the room for bingo, and some on this side of the room for food service. And never a negative comment from anyone that comes here. This is one of the best run bingos in Whiting. And we thank you for that, Marie, because I know sometimes you have to whip everybody into shape. Workers and people who come here to play bingo. So we're very grateful. Thank you for all that you do. The treasurer's report.
Good morning, everybody. I want to go over our operating balance. We have in our operating account $139,330.86. We have in our associated sweep account $736,085.52. That's a moving balance because that's the account we use to pay every bill, every contractor, everything that we incur as a organization.
Then we also have reserves. For the new people that are here, the reserves are what we are required by New Jersey law to put aside to repair and replace the things that we are responsible for as an organization. So for instance, the roofs, anything that goes wrong in the crawl spaces, so long as it wasn't as a result of the tenant. The streets, because we own 8 miles of roads, the lighting, and all the associated things, siding, the things, the concrete work, driveways, the things that are part of your HOA maintenance that you get for living here. And so in the reserve account, currently, in the one that we use most frequently for writing checks would be the 534, 299.93. Now, we also are very responsible with Morgan Stanley in laddering out CDs to match the reserve. The reserve is a 5-year plan. Again, it's required by the state of New Jersey, and every over 55 community and some others have to have one if they have an HOA. And we have in our laddered CDs 3,672,000. Now, these also are moving accounts because as we have things come up that must be paid for out of reserves, that is where that money comes from. So I just wanted to say it for the new people. Those of you that come all the time, you know that. Then we'll cover our resales. Our resale 26A Columbus Boulevard was a Stratford, and it sold for $143,000. I'm sorry, $140,000. Whoa, I'm sorry. I had actually, not for the numbers, but actually for the sale. 2B Verbena Court, a Westwood sold for $62,500. 12D Snowberry Lane is a Westwood, it sold for $55,000. 12A Hamilton Lane is in Oxford, it sold for $134,000. And 60 Potomac Lane is in Essex A, that sold for $45,000. That netted us a 3% account of $8,895. The resales we give you every month are to give you an idea based upon the type of unit, what the units are selling for. Some of the units are higher than others because they have made interior improvements to those units.
Can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report as stated? Bob, second?
Second.
Janet?
I need the check register.
Approved.
Approved.
Yeah. All those in favor of accepting the report as stated indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? A motion to accept the check register. Joe? Second. Fran? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And then would you please give us an update on both our trees and snow removal lines?
Okay, our snow removal line, I'll start with that first. Hopefully the snow is gone. We have no more.
Hallelujah.
We had budgeted $70,000, which was a healthy budget, we thought, since in the last 2 years prior to this year, there wasn't really any snow, and it was very meager what we had to put out for some de-icing. However, we have spent over $126,000 on snow removal this year. So we are well over on that budget line. We're going to take a look at the overall budget to see how it fares out with the other numbers that were budgeted and to see where we actually fall at the end with our shortfall. So I have to get back to you on what we're going to do about that and where we're going to recoup those funds.
On the trees, again, the same thing. With this violent storms that we have had, we have lost so many trees and limbs. I don't know those of you who have ridden around the village have seen all the brush and all the branches and all the trees that have come down. And our tree service is K&W, and they have been actively trying to get rid of any of the dead trees, and that's a very expensive process, because this community being 55 years old, everything that we have here is now either reached its life or at least reached a point in life where it needs tending and care. It needs things, it needs limbs, pruned, and it needs things carded and stumps grounded, etc. So we had a tree program, a 3-year tree program to spend $56,000 each year for trees over 3 years to hopefully catch up, because we had not spent that much on trees in the past. So we knew that there was going to be a need, an urgent need. We're over on the tree program as well. They're coming in, some trees are in the neighborhood of 8,000 to take down, and they're humongous trees, and they're dead, and we need the entire tree removed, the stump grounded, etc. So again, what we're going to be doing with that is looking at where we are. I believe right now we're somewhere in the 35,000 over our 56 that we actually programmed for in a tree program. So again, I will have to get back to you on that, onto where we will recoup those funds, and I hope to do that in the next couple of meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
And just so that we're all together on the same page, you still have to cover the cost of trees from this budget through September 30th of 2026. So we still have a long time to go where we're going to need to deal with tree issues, and
Next year's budget will need to be accurate.
absolutely, we're really beginning to feel the effects of being an aging community. See, we thought we were the only ones aging, but we're not. Our homes are aging, our trees are aging, our roads are aging, and all of those things are the responsibility of this HOA. And so I'm really grateful for a treasurer who spends as much time as I know you do working on making sure everything works out well. Go ahead.
I just want to add one more thing. The trees and the snow, that money cannot come out of reserves. Reserves is strictly by state law of New Jersey. It is for repair and replacement. And it's a 5-year plan, and it is basically like the fixed asset things that we are responsible for. I just want to let everyone know. Thank you.
So if you wonder what that means, things like roof and siding and joist underneath our built homes, that all comes out of reserves. But things like trees and snow removal are what are considered operating expenses. And so that's a whole different budget line item. Okay? Thank you so much for your diligence, Candace. Secretary's report.
At this time, the contracting committee is on hiatus because we haven't had any new contracts to review.
We can't hear you.
It's on.
It's on.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Right now, the contracting committee is on hiatus because we haven't had any new contracts to review. So there's no report this month.
But that will change soon because we will be coming up on contract renewal time. And so, contract committee, thank you for all that you do. We couldn't function without the committees that serve here at Crestwood Village too. Approval of permission request. Gentlemen,
6B Constitution Boulevard, outdoor storage container for the patio. 12 Columbus Boulevard, paint the steps, resurface walkway and seal the driveway. 131A Constitution Boulevard, installation of a new central air unit. 4 Vernon Court, replace electrical panel. 101B Conestoga Drive, new kitchen cabinet countertops. 2B Verbena Court, countertops and kitchen, bathroom, interior painting, new floor and tub replacement. 6A Conestoga Drive, foam gutter guards. 14A Hancock Drive, kitchen and living room replacement windows. And 34A Hudson Parkway, install new concrete walkway. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Not
Hearing no nays and all ayes, motion carries. We're gonna do old business, new business, and the president's general update, all kind of as one thing. So here's the really amazingly good news. A certificate of occupancy, or really a certificate of approval for the annex building has been received from the Township of Manchester. And we are free to use that building, to come in and out the door, to have activities, to get a puzzle to do, to read a new book. All is now possible at Crestwood Village too. I honestly didn't think this day was ever going to come, but here we are. Hallelujah. So thank you for everybody that contributed in any way. And that's people sitting on that side of this room and those sitting on this side. We wouldn't be here without your diligence, your support, and your hard work. And then the new business is, of course, something else that's costing us money. And that is the Harmony Hall.
Parking lot?
No, before the parking lot, the electrical system,
Oh, the boiler
the
generator.
boiler generator,
Boiler generator, electrical panel.
all three things in one, is moving ahead and should be done, I would think, in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Does that sound reasonable? Yeah, everything takes much longer than one would think it was gonna take. But we just keep plugging along and it all gets done. And then we have the Harmony Hall Pavement Improvement Project, which is parking lot and environs, because a lot of work needs to be done, particularly in our parking lot. Our insurance company requires that that gets done soon, so we're moving forward on that. And then we're working on a topographic survey. So whether you call it the pond, the retention basin, or even the lake, all in all, that entire area up by Constitution has to be taken care of. They are going to dredge and then remove and clean up to 50 to 60 feet of the property there, and then clean and replace what's necessary. I call it a gate area. It's where the water flows through. It's all very complicated stuff, but some of you are familiar because it's not the first time this is needed to be done, and it's being done again. And hopefully that will cut back on some of the odor that arises over there in the warm weather and really help keep the water flowing from the top all the way back to Keswick. And that's where it comes out at the end of the day, is over at Keswick. So hopefully that'll take care of everything. And so we're doing a lot. of work here at Crestwood Village too. I am so grateful that we got through the last weekend in March without any storms, because we had the last weekend in January, the last weekend in February, which meant 2 months in a row we walked in here for meetings where people